Breaking NBA news: could Damian Lillard be teaming up with Steph and Curry in Golden State? That's the rumor lighting up social media right now, and Warriors fans are absolutely ecstatic. Reports are swirling that Lillard is open to joining the Dubs, and the idea of pairing two of the league's most explosive shooters has the basketball world buzzing. Could this be the next super team? Would Lillard finally get his shot at a title alongside Curry, Klay, and Draymond? While nothing is official yet, the talks are heating up and insiders say there's more to it than just smoke. This would be a franchise-altering move. Stay tuned, because if this deal goes through, the Warriors dynasty might just be reborn. Breaking news out of the NBA rumor mill tonight, and this one is sending absolute shockwaves through Dub Nation. Could it really be happening? Could Damian Lillard, yes, Dame Time himself, actually join forces with Steph and Curry on the Golden State Warriors? The idea seemed impossible just weeks ago, but now, the whispers are turning into roars, and the fan base is already lighting up social media in pure disbelief and wild excitement. Let's get right into it. The bombshell started quietly. A late-night tweet from a well-connected NBA insider. Just one sentence: don't sleep on a possible Lillard-Warriors connection brewing behind the scenes. That one line was all it took. Within minutes, it went viral. Within an hour, NBA Twitter was melting down. By morning, Dub Nation was fully awake, phones buzzing, and fans asking the same question: could Dame really be coming to Golden State? Now hold on, we know this sounds crazy. Damian Lillard just arrived in Milwaukee last season. The Bucks traded a massive haul to get him. And pairing him with Giannis was supposed to create an Eastern Conference superpower. But fast forward a few months and things haven't gone to plan. Not even close. The chemistry issues. The early playoff exit. The shocking firing of the head coach. And now, rumors that Dame might not be entirely sold on the long-term picture in Milwaukee. Enter the Warriors. Let's not forget Golden State has long admired Lillard. He's a Bay Area native. Grew up in Oakland. Went to Weber State. Has always carried that underdog chip on his shoulder. And Steph Curry? He's always respected Dame as one of the only guards in the league who can hit shots from 35+ feet and not break a sweat. These two have had their battles. But there's always been mutual respect. And now, there's a window. A possibility. A sliver of a scenario where Dame could come home, and not just to the Bay Area, but to a team where he wouldn't have to carry the whole load every night. A team where he could play alongside the greatest shooter of all time. A team hungry to extend its dynasty before the window closes. So here's where things stand right now. No official trade is on the table. No paperwork has been filed. But multiple league sources have confirmed the Warriors front office has internally discussed the possibility of acquiring Damian Lillard if Milwaukee signals it is open to moving him. That's a big if. But the key word here? Discussed. That means something's brewing. Now let's talk logistics. What would it take? A Lillard trade would not be cheap. The Warriors would likely have to part ways with Andrew Wiggins, Chris Paul's expiring contract, and at least one young asset, think Jonathan Kuminga or Moses Moody, and maybe even a couple of future first-round picks. It's steep. It would hurt. But we're talking about Damian Lillard here. One executive told an NBA podcast this week, if the Warriors really want to go all in one last time with Steph, adding Dame would be the boldest, riskiest, and potentially most explosive move they've ever made. And that's the truth. Pairing Steph and Dame in the same backcourt would be history-making. We've never seen two deep-range snipers of that caliber playing side by side. It would be chaos for opposing defenses. It would stretch the floor in ways we've never imagined. And yeah, it might break the game. But there's always a flip side. Some analysts, including ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, have raised concerns. Stephen A. recently said, "I love Dame. I love Steph. But if you put those two together, you risk losing what makes the Warriors. The Warriors." His point? That Golden State's identity has always been about motion, balance, defensive grit, and unselfish play. Two alpha scoring guards might throw that out of whack. Even Draymond Green reportedly has some reservations. According to one Bay Area beat writer, Draymond believes the team needs more size and interior presence, not more perimeter firepower. And that makes sense. With Klay Thompson's future still uncertain and the team needing more rim protection, is Dame really the answer? But let's be honest here, when you have a chance to get two generational point guards on the same team, you think about it hard. Because Steph isn't getting younger. And Dame isn't either. But together? For one or two playoff runs? That might just be enough to give the Warriors one last epic title chase. Now let's hear from the fans, because this part is incredible. Dub Nation has responded with an absolute tidal wave of passion. From fan art of Dame in a Warriors jersey to TikToks of imaginary Dame and Curry pick and rolls to thousands of tweets with Dame to dubs, the hype is real. Many Warriors fans are saying, "We've seen what Dame can do with limited help. Let's see what happens when he finally has a real squad behind him." And imagine this starting five: Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Klay Thompson or Moody on the wing, Draymond Green at the 4, and maybe a new center via free agency or trade. That's not just deadly. That's dynasty-level firepower all over again. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's be clear, this is still a developing story. The Bucks have not officially placed Lillard on the trade block. The Warriors are in exploratory mode, and there's a long road between interest and execution. But the buzz is growing. Fast. Insiders are already connecting dots. If Milwaukee starts a soft rebuild to retool around Giannis, or if Giannis himself starts hinting at change, then all bets are off. The Warriors could swoop in, use their valuable expiring contracts and young assets, and pull off the biggest trade of the offseason. It would stun the league. It would spark media madness. And it would instantly make the Warriors must-watch basketball again. So here's the big question. Should they do it? Should the Warriors trade for Damian Lillard and go all in? Or should they stay the course, develop their young talent, and try to win around Steph without making massive sacrifices? Let us know in the comments right now, because this could go down at any moment. The phone call that changes everything might already be happening behind closed doors. And remember, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And right now, San Francisco is starting to sizzle. Smash that like button if you're ready for Dame time in a Warriors jersey. Subscribe right now if you want to be first to know the second this deal becomes real. Because whether it's today, tomorrow, or a few weeks from now, if the Warriors pull this off, the entire NBA is going to be flipped upside down. Stay locked in. Stay hyped. And get ready, because something massive may be coming to the Bay Area. Dame time might just become dub time.